Today we're going to look at a 1949 Singer Model 99 and Singer hand cranks, originals versus current production Chinese cranks. So first, let's look at this machine. Now I'm not going to give a demonstration of the sewing on this machine because I already did that on the Singer 66, and the 99 and the 66 are basically the same machine with the exception of the fact that the 99 is 3/4 of the size of a 66, and that's why they're called 3/4 size machines. This machine is a machine that I purchased at the Stillwater Habitat Restore. It was an electric machine. The wiring was not in very good condition, so I used this as an excuse to convert it to hand crank. I kind of prefer having hand crank machines. I have some electric machines. I'll show some of those eventually, but I rather prefer the hand crank machines for general use. There's less hassle with getting them out than having to unroll the cords and find a place to plug it in, and then when you're done winding everything back up. The hand crank machines can be put into use in much less time, and generally speaking, for the length of time that it takes to get an electric machine set up, what with all the wiring, I can have the job pretty well done with a hand crank machine, because it's they're just that much quicker to set up. You don't have to fiddle with the cords and plugging them in and unplugging them and packing them back up. So that's all fine and everything, but you may be asking yourself, okay, where's the hand crank on this machine? Well, when I converted it to hand crank from electric, I thought, well, I'll use one of the reproduction cranks. They're not really reproduction, I call them current production, because in China they never stopped producing the damn things, and they kept making little quote-unquote improvements, which really weren't improvements. So let's look at an original old crank first. This is a 1916 crank off of a 1916 Singer 99K. And it's made a little differently than the new cranks are. First there's the screw that's used to hold it on. Probably the most obvious giveaway on an original crank is the bracket is actually attached to the gear body with a pair of screws. On the new cranks, it's all one casting. This is an older screw. This is the hand crank I normally keep on my Red Eye Model 66. First thing I gotta say is, what is up with this? Is this just a really bad parting line in the mold? Or is this two pieces that have been welded together? I'd hate to think that, because welding cast iron sucks. No mounting screws. The other obvious difference is the lengths overall. From the point where this mounts to the face is much shorter than on these from the point where they mount to the face. I'll demonstrate. Okay, here's the 1949 Singer 99K again with an original old crank. And with this crank installed, I can very easily reinstall the top cover without any difficulty on this original cabinet. Okay. You see there's plenty of clearance there between where the sidewall of the cabinet would be and the hand crank. So no problems there at all. Alright, back again, and now the current production Chinese crank is installed. And as you can see, not sure how you would get the lid on. There's no clearance. In fact, if we try it. As you can see, there's no clearance over there at all. So that's as far as the lid will go on. So that means if you don't want to spend the money for an original crank, your only option is to, every time you go to put the machine away, is to get your handy dandy screwdriver out and remove the hand crank, which I'm not really going to try to do one-handed here, but yeah, what a pain in the butt is that. There you have it, 1949 Singer 99K, a very nice machine, just like the Singer 66, but 3/4 of the size. A very nice machine to use. A very nice machine to run with the hand crank. Until I decide to spring for an original Singer hand crank, though, it's going to have to live without the crank on it. So, thank you for watching.